Hello viewers, welcome to the digital class of Udayanath Autonomous College of Science and Technology. In today's class, we will be describing what is the use of table tag in HTML. So, in many web pages, we have seen that there may be some records or data which should be displayed in the form of tables. So, they must be in the arrangement of rows and columns. In those places, we can take the help of table tag. So, table tag is actually used in HTML documents or HTML pages to display the data or information in table format. So in today's video we will be describing what is the use of table tag, how to use the table tag, how to add rows and columns, how to format the tables in a web page. So today's video will be all about the table tag in HTML. So moving on to the slide. So tables, the HTML tables allow web authors to arrange data like text, images, links, other tables, etc. into rows and columns of cells. The HTML tables are created using the table tag, in which the tr tag is used to create the table rows and td tag is used to create the data cells, and th tag is used to define the heading tag in tables. There are some attributes defined in table tag which further increases its functionality. So an HTML table may also include caption tag, column group tag, thread tag, tfoot tag and tbody elements. So what do you mean by table tag? So table tag is a special tag in HTML which is actually used to define or to create a table in a web page. So whenever we need any data to be configured or to be displayed in the form of rows and columns, in that case we take the help of a table tag. So table tag is a container tag which holds the row, that is tr tag, which is used to create a new row in a table. Similarly, the number of tr tag defines the number of rows in a table. Similarly, th is a special tag which is actually used for defining the heading of the table, and td, which stands for the row values. That means th is used to define the table heading of each row, tr is used to specify the number of rows, and td is used to define each data in a row. So whenever we will be using the table tag, so table tag is a container tag. In that, within the table tag we will include the tr tag, then followed by td tag, in which the tr tag will be for declaring a new row and td will be used to define or to drop or to add an element or a data to the row. Similarly, th is a special tag which is used for giving the row heading. That means whenever we are storing the numbers or data in any table row, so we must specify the table heading. So the table heading is specified by the th tag. Similarly, there are some other attributes of the table tag which actually increases its functionality. Similarly, we have some other tags also which are included in the table tag to increase or to format the table in a better way. So now we will be moving to some different tags to use the table tag or to create a table in an HTML page. So here you can see there is a table example how to create a table. So the program starts with a HTML tag. So HTML is a container tag, as we know, then followed by a head tag in which we have another tag that is known as your title tag. So title tag actually defines the title of the web page. Next comes our body tag. So as we know that the table or the data which must be displayed in table format should be displayed at the body of the web page. So whatever or whichever table we required to define a web page must be enclosed within the body tag. So in case of body tag, we have another table tag in which we have specified a border equal to 1. So what is the use of border attribute over here? So border attribute is used to define the border of the table. So if we will not specify anything, then all the values will come in table form, but the border will not be displayed. So this defines that 1 is the value of the border attribute. So we may increase the size of the border as per the requirement of the program. Next, you can see in within the table tag we have defined another tag, that is your tr tag, which stands for table row. So in between the table row we have td, that means td stands for table data and tr stands for table row. So first of all we need to define the row, then we need to give the value to each row. So we have specified in first td row 1 column 1. So you can see clearly over here, row 1 column 1 is the first table data of the first row of the table. Similarly, if we are defining another td, let's say row 1 column 2, then in between the tr tag, then in the same row we will get another cell with the values as row 1 column 2. That means the td defines the column of the table. So tr displays the or defines the row of the table. Similarly, td defines the column of the table. Then another tr tag we have specified, which is used to define another row of a table in which we have td. That means again we can define two columns over here. So you can see I have written here row 2 column 1. That means row 2 column 1 is another value which must be stored in the second row of column 1. Similarly, I have defined another td row 2 column 2. So row 2 column 2 is the another data which is stored in the row number 2 of table and column number 2. So here I have specified two rows. So here we have two rows and td in each row defines the column in each row. So as we have defined two td tags inside tr tag, so two columns has been created in a single row. Similarly, here also I have defined two td tag, that means table data tag, which defines two rows or two columns in a single row. That means here this table has two rows because we have defined two tr tags, and each row has two columns because we have specified td tag inside the tr tag. So if we require more number of row or column, then we can increase the tr row or the tr container tag. So finally the table tag comes to an end, followed by body tag and then the html tag. So here you can see here border is an attribute of table tag and it is used to put a border across all the cells. That means each value in a table is considered as a cell. So border attribute of table tag is actually used to define the border of the table. If you do not need any border, then you can use the border equal to 0. We can give border equal to 0, or by default if you are not writing anything, that means if you are specifying only table tag, then the border of the table will be automatically 0. So this is the general syntax of writing a table tag followed by tr tag and td tag, and this is the output of a table tag which we have created over here. So now we will be moving to the next slide, that is your table heading tag. So first of all we need to know what is the use of th tag. So table heading can be defined using th tag. This tag can be put to replace td tag, which issued to represent actual data cell. Normally you will put your row top as table heading as shown below, otherwise you can use the th element in any row. So th automatically makes the format of the table text to bold size, which implies the heading of each row in the table. The examples and result are displayed in the next slide. So here we have used the table heading tag, which actually can be replaced at the td tag. So you can see over here that I have written td over here. So td is the table data, or it is used to define the column of each row, but if we are replacing it by th, so it becomes a heading tag. That means the format of the elements or the format specifies that the table heading is different from the table data. So table heading is actually can be replaced by td, and wherever we need to put it, we can put it at the top of the row. That means normally we will put the table heading at the top row so as to define the table heading from the table data. So in this way we can put the table heading. So you can see the example over here. Here I have written a source code, and the reflection of the source code is shown over here, that we have specified the HTML, the start of HTML tag, next the head tag, followed by title of the page, that is HTML table header. So now as we have discussed that the table tag must be enclosed, it is the format or it is the requirement to be displayed at the body of the web page. So inside the body tag we define the table tag. So here also we have discussed that border equal to 1 means it will display the border. If you are not specifying anything, then there will be no border. Next we have declared tr tag, that means it is used to define the first row. So there are tr tag in the program, so that much of row will be added in the web page. That means this tr tag is used to define the first row, then the second row, then the third row. So tr tag followed by th tag. In the first tr tag we have specified th. So here you can see in the previous program we have used td, but here we have specified th, that means table heading. So you can see over here whatever content I have written within the th container, it has been displayed in bold letters. That means it represents that it is the table heading. That means these are the headings and these are the datas of the heading. So if we want to distinguish the table heading from the table data, so we have to define the format of the data in th tag to distinguish it from the table data. So in first row we have specified name and salary in th tag, so that the name and salary will be in bold letters, which actually represent that it is the heading and it must be different from the table data. Similarly, we have defined second row in which we have defined td. So in case of th we have used td because it is the general data. So Ramesh Raman is the table data and another table data is 5000. So you can see in each row Ramesh Raman is one column and 5000 is another column. So table data is the first column of second row and 5000 is the second column of second row. Similarly, we have defined another table row in which we have stored the details, that is Sabir Hussain, and another value is 7000. So Sabir Hussain is the third row, column 1, and it becomes the third row, column 2. So here we have 3 rows and 2 columns in each row. So we have defined 3 rows. You can see over here the source code has 3 tr tags, that means 3 rows are there, and in each tr tag, that means in each row we have 2 values. So in first row we have the table heading, as you can see name and salary are the heading of the tables, and in the second row we have the data, that is Ramesh Raman and 5000, and in the third row we have Sabir Hussain and 7000 as the data. So you can clearly see that the format of the table heading and table data are different, which actually distinguishes the heading from the data. So finally it comes to the end of the table, then end of the body, then end of the HTML tag. So this is all about the table heading tag, the source code and the reflection of the source code. Next we have another topic, that is your cell padding and cell spacing. So what do you mean by cell padding and cell spacing? So there are 2 attributes called as cell padding and cell spacing, which you will see to adjust the white space in your table cells. The cell spacing attribute defines the width of the border, while cell padding represents the distance between cell borders and the content within a cell. We will explain the implementation of the cell padding and cell spacing with an example. So what do you mean by cell padding? So cell padding means it is used to represent the distance between cell borders. So as we have seen, there are the cells which are used to define the data or the value of a table. So if we want to give some distance or give some space in between the cells, then we use the cell padding. Similarly, cell spacing attribute defines the width of the border. That means you can clearly see over here there is a table, and if we want to give any cell width or cell border, then we can give the cell spacing. So cell padding and cell spacing are most important things of a table, because if we want to enlarge or we want to give the value in a different way, then we can use the cell padding and cell spacing attribute. So moving on to the source code and reflection part, you can see over here the program starts with the HTML page or the HTML tag followed by head tag, and the title of the page is given under the title tag. So as we have discussed that the table attribute or the table tag must be enclosed within the body tag, so we have specified the table tag inside body tag, where we have specified table border equal to 1. So border equal to 1 means we have a border of the table with value 1. So if we are not specifying any border, then there will be no border. So here we have specified two attributes, that is a cell padding equal to 5 and cell spacing equal to 5. So as we have discussed, cell padding and cell spacing are different things. So you can see that cell padding is used to give the distance between the cells, whereas cell spacing is used to give the borders. That means actually whenever the cell distance will increase, automatically the border distance will also increase. So you can see the reflection over here, how much space it has been, or the space has been increased from the previous table to this table. It is because of the cell padding and cell spacing. So cell spacing is used to give the space or increase the border of the page, and cell padding is used to give the distance between the two cells. So here we have already defined 3 rows which are actually defined by tr tag. So here we have used 3 tr tag, which is actually reflecting the 3 table rows. In similar way, in the first table row we have discussed, or we have written 2 table heading, that is name and salary. So name and salary are in different format as compared to the data of the table. So again in the second row we have entered, or we have stored 2 table data, that is Ramesh Raman and 5000, which are actually 2 table data which are stored under the single heading. Similarly, we have used the third row in which there are 2 table data, that is Sabir Hussain and 7000, which is again stored at the as 2 columns. So there are 3 rows and 2 columns in each row. So we have the same program as we have previously discussed, but here we have 2 different things or 2 new things, that is your cell padding and cell spacing. So if we will increase the cell spacing, that means the border of the table will increase. So you can see that this border will increase if we will increase the cell spacing. Similarly, if we are increasing the cell padding value, then the distance between the 2 cells will increase. That means there will be more distance between the name and Ramesh Raman and Sabir Hussain. That means the table row values along with the column values will increase if we are using the, or if we are increasing the value of the cell padding. So this is the source code of cell padding and cell spacing, which has been reflected over here. So next we will be moving to the table backgrounds. So what do you mean by table backgrounds? So we can set table background using one of the following 2 ways, that is a bg color attribute and another one is a background attribute. So what do you mean by bg color attribute? So we can set background color for whole table or just for one cell. So bg color attribute is actually used to set the background color of the whole table, or we can also define for a single cell also. Similarly, what do you mean by the background attribute, or what is the use of background attribute? We can set the background image for whole table or just for one cell. As we have discussed over here, that bg color attribute is used to give a solid color to the whole table or just a one cell. Similarly, background attribute is used to give the, or it is used to set the background image for the whole table or just for the one cell. So bg color is used to give the solid color, and background attribute can give us an background image. So we can also set border color using border color attribute, which will be implemented in an example. So we have 3 attributes: bg color, background attribute and border color attribute. So if we are defining a table and we want to give a solid color to any cell or the whole table, then we can use the bg color. Similarly, if we want any image to be a background of a table or a cell of a table, then we can use the background attribute. Similarly, if we want to change the color of the border of the table, so we can use the border color attribute, which will be reflected in the table tag. So these are the 3 main attributes of table tag which can be used to format a table or to bring some new look to the table. So moving on to the source code of the table. So here is the HTML program. So HTML has head section followed by title section. So we have given the title as HTML table background. Next, as we know that the table tag must be enclosed within the body tag. So table border equal to 1, that means we have specified that the border width should be 1. Here we have written that border color equal to green. So you can see that as we have discussed that the border color of the table tag is used to define the color of the border. So as we have specified green over here, so you can see that the reflection is over here. That means the border of the table is green in color. Similarly, I have written here bg color equal to yellow. So bg color is used to give a solid color. So we can, if we are giving bg color in table attribute, then the whole table will be yellow in color. Similarly, if we are using any as a background or the image as a background, so we can specify background equal to an image. So we cannot use bg color and background at the same time. That means either we will use the bg color or we will be using the background. That means either the table will hold a solid background color or it will hold a image as a background. So here we have specified bg color equal to yellow in table tag, means the whole table will have yellow in color. So next we have specified tr tag, that is the first row of the table in which we have specified th column 1, column 2 and column 3. That means there are 3 columns in a single row, that is column 1, column 2 and column 3. So in first row we have 3 columns under th tag. So you can see that the th tag format is different from other formats or other data formats. So in the second row, you can see over here that tr is the second row. So in td I have written row span equal to 2. So row 1 cell 1. So you can see row span is used to increase the size of the cell. So I have written row 1 cell 1. So row 1 cell 1 is the value which is stored in td. So again we have 2 values, row 1 cell 2 and row 1 cell 3. That means in a single row we have 3 values, that is row 1 cell 1, row 1 cell 2 and row 1 cell 3. Similarly, we have taken another row in which we have defined 2 table tags, that is 2 columns, row 2 cell 2 and row 2 cell 3. So here you can see this is the third row in which we have declared the values, that is row 2 cell 2 and row 2 cell 3. We have specified column span, that is equal to 3. That means we have increased the size of the column. Here we have used the row span, which is used to increase the row size, and here we have used the column span, which is used to increase the column size. So I have specified row 3 cell 1. So row 3 cell 1 is the value which is stored in the third row. So we have actually 4 rows in which the first one is the heading, second one is the data, third one is the data, fourth one is the data. But in second row we have increased the row value or the row size, and in the last row we have increased the column size. So if we want to increase the row size, then we can use the row span, and if we want to increase the column size, then we can use the column span. So these are all about the table backgrounds in which we have used the border color attribute, bg color attribute. We can use background attribute also in place of bg color attribute. We have also used the row span attribute along with column span attribute. So this is the source code, and the reflection of the source code is reflected over here. So I hope you have understood the use of table tag, how to use the table tag, and what are the attributes defined under the table tag. So we have clearly discussed the use of table heading tag, table row tag, table data tag, along with some attributes like bg color, background. So I hope you have all understood the whole concept of table row. Till then, thank you.